Now, what if I ask you to tell me about one single topic in digital marketing, which is going to be asked in every good job interview in this domain? One single topic that sets your foundation in digital marketing. One single topic that gives you an entire graph, an entire blueprint, an entire plan to manage any project in digital marketing. Now, this single topic is called as media planning. Media planning. If you know this single topic, then you can manage all the campaigns of digital marketing. You can launch all the campaigns one by one in Google. You can manage and launch all the campaigns one by one in Meta if you have a media plan in your hand. A media plan which looks something like this. A media plan which is going to have all platforms listed, which is going to have all the campaigns listed. All the budgets are part of the media plan. You show the total impressions in the media plan, and eventually you also show the entire conversion data in the media plan. This is the plan which tells you how many sales you generate by the end of the month. So if you know digital marketing, then actually you have to learn and you have to know media planning. If you don't know media planning, then you don't know actually how to do digital marketing, or at least how to manage a project in digital marketing. So I want people to spend the maximum time in media planning. Trust me, guys, it's important than launching the campaigns. It's important than launching the ads. It's even important than launching any form of keywords in the digital marketing domain. Now, how do you create a media plan? So I would like to start with creating a fresh media plan for you. I'm going to create a copy of the media plan and getting off all these figures from the media plan. So I can show you how you can create a media plan from the scratch. Now, when you go for any interview, the companies usually ask you to create media plan for any project. So they give you a project, which means they give you a website, something like springtails.in, and then they ask you to create a media plan to generate, let's say, 1000 leads, or maybe to generate 100 sales. They give you the city, which means location, and they just tell you to create a media plan to get these number of sales. And you have no idea about how to make the media plans because you never made a media plan in your life. And then you don't know how to do, what to do. I've been connected by many people. When they got asked to create media plans, they contacted me and they wanted me to create the media plans. Initially, I did make media plans for a couple of people, but then I launched an entire series on media planning. So people can watch these different videos in media planning and they can create a media plan by themselves. Now, let's get started to create a media plan for springtails.in. Now, when it comes to media planning, you need some primary details, which we have already listed in the project plan. So in the project plan, you can see we have to create a media plan for cities of India. We can take tier A cities of India, or we can take entire India. Then this media plan has to include artificial jewelry products. It has to be for 1 month. These are the 3 important requirements. Additionally, we would also need the monthly budgets. Now, when you go or talk to a client, or when you get asked in an interview, then they either provide you a monthly budget or they just ask you to put any random budgets. But in this case, we are already keeping a monthly budget of 40,000 rupees. Also, we have already decided 2 paid platforms. One is Google Ad, second is Meta Ads. Now, media planning is majorly, in fact, all the time it's for the paid campaigning. It's not for the organic platforms. So we have to pull up 4 different things from here. First is the advertisement platform. Second is the paid monthly budgets, then the duration, and finally the service type, which is artificial jewelry. Now, here we get into the media plan. This is the copy of the media plan. So you can say we have already divided this plan into two platforms. First one is Google Ad and second one is Meta Ads. Now we know that we have to create media plan for branding and sales, which means we have to add the branding and sales campaign in the media plan. Now for Google, we have added two branding campaigns. Now display and video are the part of branding campaigns in Google Ads. Then we have the most important campaign on the top, which is search campaign. Then we have shopping campaign, we have performance max campaign, and we have dynamic remarketing campaign. So that's how we can write all the campaign types for the platform depending on the project requirement, depending on the project marketing objective. Then for Meta, we have also listed awareness as the branding campaign. Then we have traffic campaign, we have conversion campaign, we have product catalog campaign, we have lookalike campaign, we have a newly launched advantage shopping campaign, and we have a dynamic remarketing campaign. So you can use this format. I will provide you some editing rights so you can download this sheet, and here you can start with mentioning all the campaign types for the project. Then we have to write down the placements for these campaigns. For Meta, the placements has to be Facebook, Instagram, audience network. So audience are the Facebook partners, and the Messenger. Messenger is the Facebook communication chatting app. For Google, for display, we have GDN, which means Google Display Network, which shows the ad on third-party websites, apps, and games. Then we have YouTube for video ads. For search and shopping, we have Google Search and Search Partners. For shopping, we have Google Search, Shopping and Partners. Performance Max is the campaign which shows your ads on all the inventories of Google. Now you can get this question in interview, that which campaign shows the ad on all the inventories of Google. It shows the ad on Google Search, YouTube, Display, Gmail, Google Discovery, and all the partners of Google. Then dynamic remarketing shows the ad on the Google Display Network. Then we mention the ad types. Then we mention the target audience. So for Google Ads and Meta, we have to target ads in Tier A cities of India, females, and 18 to 34. This is something which we have already planned while deciding the project. If not there, you can write it over here. The type has to be clicks and views. And then we have to pull out these numbers. Now these numbers have to be clicks or views, average bidding amount, monthly budgets, ad visibility parameters, in fact metrics, and then we have the conversion metrics. So how do we get started? So up until now, we only know one thing, that we have to put 40,000 rupees of budget into these two platforms. Now what we can do, we can divide these 40,000 as in half. We can dedicate 20,000 to Google and remaining 20,000 to Meta Ads. Let's start with the search campaign. Let's say we provide 6,000 rupees to search campaign, 6,000 to shopping, 4,000 to performance max, and around 2,000 to dynamic remarketing. And remaining 1,000 rupees could go to the display and video campaign. Then it's important to write down the bidding amount. However, let's complete the budget bifurcation. Let's say we provide 1,000 to Meta awareness campaign, around 4,000 to traffic campaign, 4,000 to conversion campaign, 4,000 to product catalog campaign, around 2,000 to lookalike campaign, 2,000 to advantage shopping campaign, and we can give a budget of around 2,000 to dynamic remarketing campaign. Rest 1,000 can go with the rest 1,000 can go with the let's say we give 6,000 to conversion and 3,000 to traffic campaign. Here we have a sum of 40,000 to all these campaigns. Now the second thing which we have to write in any media plan has to be the bidding amount. So if you have watched the previous video, then you can see we have pulled out the bidding amounts, the high range bidding amounts for all these keywords. It was somewhere around 15 to 20. You can see the average of all these numbers is 20. So we are going with keeping the bidding amount of 20 for the search campaign. Now the formula to pull out the clicks is equal to the monthly budget divided by the average bidding amount, which means we will be getting around 300 clicks on the website if we pay 20 rupees for a click. Now, we have two metrics for ad visibility. First one is called as CTR, which means click-through rate, the click rate on the ads, and second one is called as impression. Now the CTR, which means click rate for the search campaign, it stays in between 5 to 10%. And then people ask me how the hell you can pull out the CTR value. Now this is something which you have to pull from the historical data. If you have any accounts in Google, let's say we have this account in Google, you can go to the campaigns and check the CTR for the search campaigns. Now over here you can see we have got around 5.66% CTR in the search campaign. So we easily get a CTR of, this is the 9.52 is the CTR for the search campaign. Third one, the first one was performance max campaign. So for search campaign, we easily get a CTR in between 5 to 10%. So we can easily go with a CTR of around 8%. Now, how do we find the impression? So we have a formula that you have to remember. You have to use some maths for yourself. This formula is CTR is equal to clicks divided by impressions multiplied by 100. So CTR is a click rate out of the impressions. CTR means how many people click the ad after seeing your ad. Seeing your ad is impression and clicking the ad means click. It's the click rate of the overall impression. That's why CTR is click upon impression into 100. So when you have to calculate impression, it has to be clicks divided by CTR. I think it's simple maths where you have to replace these two values with each other into 100. So impression is going to be equal to clicks 300 divided by CTR. Now we don't multiply it with 100 because we already have this percentage sign over here. So after showing ads to 3,750 people, or after showing ads 3,750 times, we get around 300 clicks with a CTR of 8%. Now, how about pulling out the conversion rate? Another difficult question, a metric which you don't get if you have not ran any campaign. Now for a search campaign in e-commerce, you hardly get a conversion rate of more than 2%. To stay on the safer side, we can have a conversion rate of 1%. 1% means out of 100 people who come on the website, only one person is getting converted. Only one person is purchasing the product. So we just have one single sale while 100 people come on the website. So how many sales do we get? So this sale is equal to 1% of clicks, right? So when I said 1%, it was 1% of the traffic which comes on the website, which means we end up only getting around 3 sales. Very bad figure. To calculate the cost per sale, we have to use a formula is equal to clicks, total clicks divided by, cost per sale is equal to total cost of that campaign divided by the total sales, which means we are selling an item at the cost of 2,000 rupees. Oh my God. Now this is going to make your client crazy. Look at this website. We have a product at the cost of 500 rupees, which means we'll hardly be making profit of around 200 rupees after selling this product. And we are asking to pay 2,000 rupees for one single sale, 10 times of the cost of the margins, 4 times of the cost of the product. And this is very, very bad. No client is going to like this media plan. But this is the reality. Initially, whenever you start marketing for any company, at least in the first month, you have very bad sales. You have very low conversion rate. If you, let's say, go in the second month, then in the third month, then this conversion rate can improve from 1 to 2% after optimizing the campaign. You can really take it to 2%. That too after a while, after 3-4 weeks. So the entire science of making the campaign, making the project profitable is by doing the optimization. So right now we are just going with 2% to stay on the safer side. I don't want to give you surprises. I don't want to really make you keep thinking how the hell we are running the ads if you are generating a sale in 2000 rupees. So let's go with the 2% conversion rate. Now, how about shopping campaign bidding amount? Now, search campaign usually have keywords which we add in the campaign by ourselves, but shopping campaign decides the keyword by itself. So shopping campaign takes a lot of broad keywords. Broad keywords means shopping campaign shows the ad on a lot of irrelevant searches as well, searches which are also cheap in the market. So we can easily expect a click from shopping campaign at the cost of 12 rupees. We use the same formula. We just copy and paste it, and we copy and paste all these figures, all this metric from the above campaign. For shopping, the CTR has to be a bit higher. It has to be 10% because shopping ad shows the product images as well. So if I go on Google and type buy artificial jewelry online, then these top ads are the shopping ads. Of course, these ads are going to have the higher click rate because these ads are having the images. Also, shopping ads always come on the top. And then text ads, which comes from the search campaign, shows below the shopping campaign. This is not the text ad, by the way. This is the SEO result. If I take you to the down, then I can find any text ad which is not coming right now on my screen. I'll have to search it. So usually a text ad is going to have the sponsored sign right above the organic result, right above the text result, which is not available right now. If I type buy artificial jewelry in Delhi, and then also, oh my God, I'm not able to find any single search ad running right now. So you can see most of the time, e-commerce companies run the shopping campaign. They rarely run the search ads. I mean, it's not that rare. I shall be getting at least one single ad. I don't know why I'm not getting it. Oh my goodness. My bad luck. I guess your bad luck. Anyways, I can't spend the entire night in searching the search ads, but this is how your shopping ads are gonna be shown up in Google somewhere on the top with sponsored tags. Then the conversion rate for shopping is about to be same as search campaign. The cost per sale is gonna be lesser because of the lesser bidding amount. For Performance Max, the average bidding amount stays around 4. For dynamic remarketing, it stays around 2. For YouTube, it stays around 0.50. For YouTube, it's the cost per view. Now for YouTube, we don't pay for a click, but we pay for a view. Then for display, we pay for a click around 50 paisa only. And then we again use the formula equal to budget divided by cost per click, and we copy and paste the formula. Quite simple. Then for Meta ads, for most of the campaigns, the bidding amount for Meta, which means for Facebook and Instagram, stays somewhere around 6 rupees. So we can easily use 6 as the CPC for all the campaigns. Even though it stays a bit higher for the conversion campaign, it is gonna stay around 8 for conversion campaign, around 7 for product catalog. In fact, we can get cheap clicks from the branding campaign, cheap clicks from the traffic campaign, but conversion is going to be the cost us a higher CPC because the objective of conversion campaign is to drive sales. For advantage shopping, it's going to be around 5. Dynamic remarketing 6 is okay. Again, we use the same formula equal to daily monthly budget divided by the bidding. And then we use the copy and paste in the entire Google sheet. So after spending 40,000 rupees, we end up getting around 10,000 clicks and views. Then the CTR for display stays around 1%, 1 to 2%. For video, the click rate is around 20%, quite high. In fact, for video, we call it view rate. We don't call it click rate. We call it view rate. So out of how many people get impression, the number of people who sees the video for more than 30 seconds is called as a view. It's around 20%. Then we have performance max. The CTR for performance max stays around 3% is pretty okay. In fact, we can go with 4%. No, 3 was fine. Yeah, for dynamic remarketing, it's around 1.5%. For most of the campaign in Meta, it stays around 2%. Again, it's going to be a bit higher for conversion campaign, but for the remaining campaign, it stays around 2%. For impressions, we use the same formula. Impressions is equal to clicks divided by CTR. We already have percentage sign over here, so we don't have to multiply it with 100. So we can simply copy and paste all these figures because it's already having the formula. Now conversion rate. We don't have any conversion rate for branding campaign because the objective is not to drive sales, but to get brand awareness. For performance max, we have a conversion rate of around, oh my god, it's going to be around 1%, dynamic remarketing around 1%, and for most of the campaigns, for conversion, it's going to be around 3%, branding NA, not available, traffic around 1%, product catalog around 2%, lookalike 2%, advantage shopping 2%, dynamic remarketing around 2%. Okay. Then for conversions, we use the same formula is equal to cost divided by, no, I'm sorry. Conversions is equal to conversion rate into traffic. Then we use the same formula. Oh my god. Then cost per sale is equal to the cost for that campaign divided by sales. So now you can see we are talking about generating 97 sales, close to 100 after spending 40,000 rupees, and the cost per sale in the first month is going to be around 411 rupees. Now you must be thinking how the hell I pulled out all these conversion rates, how the hell I pulled out the CTR, how the hell we have a very high cost in search campaign. And if we have 1,000 rupees cost per sale in search campaign, why do we even run search campaign? Why don't we put all the amount from the search campaign to probably the conversion campaign, the cheapest campaign in Meta? Why the hell we don't put most of the amount in the performance max campaign, the cheapest campaign in Google? Now all of these questions are going to get answered by the optimization, right? So when we start any project, we start with all the campaigns. Then we see which campaigns are providing the better results. Before to which we, of course, optimize the campaign. We take the campaign to its fullest potential. We use the performing keywords in search campaign. We use the performance groups in the shopping campaign or in the display campaign. And we then decide which campaign to run and which campaign to not run. Now you can see Facebook is providing the cheaper cost per sale as compared to Google. So we can also stop all the campaign from Google and put that entire budget from Google to the Meta ads, right? If it makes sense, we can do that as well. But then there are reasons why we don't go with only one paid platform. So let's say one bad day, if we get any problem in Meta ads, this is the only one single source of the advertisement or one single source of the sales, then we won't be getting any sale. So I personally go with making multiple sources of sales for any website. Sources of sales could be Google ads, it could be Meta ads, it could be SEO, it could be influencer marketing, it could be email marketing, it could be social media marketing, create as many channels of sales as you can create for any brand. Because in marketing, it can happen that one bad day, your entire platform is not working. And then you don't want to hamper the entire brand. Don't put the eggs in one single basket. Even if you have one single performing channel, always try to have multiple channels. Cool. So as I said, the project is going to be a loss-making project in the first month. However, you have to optimize it in the second month, again optimize it in the third month, and you try to make it profitable towards the end of the year by using your optimization skills. And if you know how to optimize the campaigns, you can become a performance marketer, someone who can actually drive the performance out of digital marketing campaigns. So I guess now you know how to create a media plan for any project. Now, trust me guys, you don't do the exercises, you won't remember anything that you are learning in this video. So I want you guys to do two exercises. The first one has to be creating a media plan, select campaign types and monthly budgets. Okay, so first you have to create the format. So I already have this format available. I want you to create this entire format first. I know it's a job to even create the format in the beginning. Now the media plan which I had created was having around 80 sales. The one which I just created in this video is having around 97 sales. So this media plan is having the lesser cost per sale. Mine was having the higher cost per sale. And you will always find some difference in sales, because all these numbers are merely the projections. These are not the actual numbers. So whenever I share any media plan to a client, I always write that these media plans, these numbers are the projections and actual sales or numbers will change after running the ads. Now you can make your clients happy by showing the more number of sales, by showing the lesser cost per sale, but then you're really gonna get screwed if you won't be able to deliver these numbers while running the campaigns, while managing the projects. So do not over deliver the numbers. Always try to under deliver the sales numbers so you have more chances of generating the sales. You don't get a client, that's okay, but don't lose the clients once onboarding him. Anyways, now I wanted you to complete the exercises. One, create a project like media planning sheet by typing the campaign types, decide the monthly budgets in the activity one. This is for trainees. And then I want trainees and members both to complete the media plan with all the projections.